Welcome, students. Hope you joined the last class and hope you solve questions involving whatever we've done, the addition and subtraction of sets as well as multiplication and division. So today we are looking at radical set, right? That is equations involving sets, okay? So we are going to look at these three examples, and if time permits us, we'll see if we can add one or two examples. All right, so let's set the ball rolling. The first question says, we are finding the root of x squared minus 7 equals 3. So that's very simple. You know, in normal equation, if we have a square root and whatever we are finding is in the square root, we eliminate the square root. And we eliminate the square root with what? A square, right? So it means I have to square this side. Once I square here, I have to also square this side of the equal to sign, right? So at the end, if this cancels that, I have x squared minus 7 equals 3 squared is going to give me 9. So I have x squared equals 9 plus 7. So I have x squared is going to give me 16. If I square root here or square root that, x is going to give me plus or minus what? 4, right? Alright, which in formats will say x is equal to 4. Are you getting it? But whenever we have a square root sign, it's plus or minus, okay? Now, let's look at the second question, which is x plus root of x plus 1 equals 5. Now, so if I have a question like this, the best thing you have to do is to move the x to this side so that when you square both sides, it becomes simple. You know, it's simple to simplify x plus 5 all squared than x plus, let's say, root of x plus 1 all squared. Because you know that if I have a equals b plus c, let's say square root, and I want to remove the square root, if I square this, I can't square this and also square this. This is an error. It doesn't exist in mathematics. So what you do is that if I have a plus b, if I square this, I have to square all of these ones together. If there are 3, I have to square all of them together, right? So based on that, it will be advisable that we rather shift the x to this side so that if I square this one and square this one will be quite easier than squaring it this way. So at the end, this cancels this, so I have x plus 1 equals, you know, this one actually means what? 5 minus x, another bracket 5 minus x. Okay, so I have 5 plus 1. Going into this, multiplying this is the same as 5 into bracket 5 minus x, and then minus x into bracket 5 minus x. So this is x plus 1. This one is going to be 25, and this one is going to be 5x. This one is going to be minus 5x, and this one is going to be plus x squared. Right? So at the end, let me group like terms. I'm going to get x plus 1 equals 25. This one minus 10x plus x squared. Shifting this one here, I have x squared plus 10x, minus 10x. This minus, bringing this one here, minus x, and then plus 25 minus 1 equals 0. So I have x squared minus 11x minus 24 equals 0. So you solve this one quadratic, and you have so you solve this particular one quadratic, and then you have x minus 3, x minus 8, and then x minus 8 equals 0, which means that x is equal to 3 or x is equal to what? 8. Because if x minus 3 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 3, right? And if x minus 8 is equal to 0, then so this one is x minus 3 equals 0, which means that x is equal to 3, And then this one is x minus 8 equals 0, which means that x is equal to 8. You get that? Alright, so let's try the last one. Let's try the last one. So here we have root of 3x plus 4 minus root of x minus 3 equals 3, right? Now before we do this, let me show you a simple trick. Let me show you something. Since I've written a question, let me clear this side so that it makes it. This particular part mostly comes in elective maths. You don't see these ones mostly in core mathematics. And in elective maths, there are some certain things that are not important for you to work through. Like in elective maths, simultaneous equation, it doesn't really give any mark, so you can just punch your calculator and put the answer there. Quadratic equations, it doesn't really give any mark, right? Now in elective maths, if I give you something like a plus b squared and you are expanding, you know this one means what? A plus b, another bracket, a plus b. So let's expand. A times a becomes a squared. A times b becomes plus ab. This a plus b becomes times ab. And then b times b becomes b squared. So I have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, right? 1 times 1 plus 1 becomes 2. Now look at this simple way we used to expand this thing. You first square the first one, that will give you a squared. Then you multiply what's inside the bracket. A times b will give you ab. Then you multiply with these 2. So it's going to give you plus 2ab. Then you square the last one plus b squared. You still get the answer you had here. So supposing I give you x plus y all squared, the solution is you square the first letter, that is what? X squared. When I multiply this, I'll get xy. So I multiply it by 2, that will give me 2xy, and then I square the last thing, that's y squared. Do you get it? So if I have something like x plus 3 all squared, right? I'll first square the first one, x squared. If I multiply this, I'll get what? 3x. Then I'll multiply by 2, so I'll get 6x. And then I square the last one, that'll give me plus 9. If you check this one, if you multiply this one by the normal core mass means, you still get the same thing. X times x is x squared. 3 times x is plus 3x. Then, sorry, x times 3 is 3x. Then 3 times x is still 3x. And then 3 times 3 is what? 9. So here I have x squared plus 6x plus 9. You see I had the same thing. So that's what we are going to apply here, right? So solving this particular question, you realize that we have, so it's better. Squaring two root signs is going to be difficult. So let me rather shift one here to make it easier for me. It doesn't mean squaring these two will give you a wrong answer, but we are looking at which solution will make it less stressful for us, okay? So we have 3x plus 4 equals 3. Let me rather move this one there because squaring these two will be easier for me. So since there's a square root, I have to eliminate it. I square this and square that. This will cancel this, so I have 3x plus 4 equals, so let's apply this. We said we'll square the first one, right? When you square 3, you are going to get 9. Then remember, we said we multiply this and that. That will be 3 roots this. Then we multiply by 2. That's going to give us 6 root of x minus 3. And then plus we square the last one. When we square this one, the square will cancel the square root. So we'll be left with x minus 3. Hope you get that. So at the end, we are going to get 3x plus 4 equals 9 minus 3. I'm grouping like terms. Plus 6 root of x minus 3 plus another x. So further grouping